Welcome, welcome. Just glancing at the... well, it will be okay. At the light. Oh yeah, need a bigger screen. No, not of that one. That one. Move some stuff around. Not sure why I didn't remember that, but whatever. There we go. Now, yeah, one more thing. Let us all bring up that one. There we go. 2 chat windows. I should see one of them, hopefully. But yeah, it feels like we are getting closer to the end. Well, yeah, that usually you are, but in the beginning of the game, it certainly didn't always feel like that. I was probably doing a lot of side tracking. So, yeah, what's his name? Kim. He's not. He said he should keep an eye out, but he's not here right now. Was the door locked again, or? Door is back, like you never opened it, yeah. That's concerning. It was possible to walk here. Go down to the chain, there's something there. What chain? I mean, I know there was a chain to the left earlier. Is that perhaps what they're talking about? Where did we come in? We need to... come on. Oh, here. Wait a minute. Go down to the chain. No, there were talks of a chain when I came in. But I don't really see a chain here now, do I? But we came in, I guess we came in to the left, or are we... Am I a little bit... that chain, there we have it. Walk into the water now. Sounds like a bad idea. You see her footprints on the water. This doesn't sound good.
Dolores Day.
Oh.
The innocence of humanism,
It scared me.
internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry.
Video Revachol. Yeah, this is some freaking memories I have when I'm sleeping, I guess.
Advised, the Queen of Shest, most likely. This is the Holy Suzerain of Muindi and Insulinda. Definitely not your wife. You need to talk to her. Think of the historical knowledge you could glean. I don't know, man. What is the Holy Suzerain doing here? Something seems off.
Something is off.
I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
What's in the bag?
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality.
The crown of immortality? Aren't you already wearing one?
Oh, this. This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder.
Anyway.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive epic showdown.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really, we don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us, our love, our unborn daughters.
We should try to give her a figurine.
It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
I bought you this figurine of a headless fallen rider.
I don't want it. It looks expensive. I don't want it.
I thought you liked figurines. I thought the figurines were for getting you back.
That's not what figurines do, Harry.
But then the figurines don't do
She looks
anything.
at the headless found rider between your fingers and doesn't know what to say. The figurines don't do anything? Anything at all? But I thought the historic figure she had.
She liked war games and figurines.
Yes, I thought it would be good.
What about dice? I had some custom dice made in this place, a doomed commercial area.
Harry, I don't want things. I want to go to the aerodrome.
Okay, won't give you things then.
I didn't ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have liked the headless fallen rider back then.
I get the feeling you're not really Dolores Day.
I don't know what you mean. Dolores Day?
You're the X something. I heard you before, you're the voice on the phone. Yeah.
Oh, Harry, you shouldn't have done that. Call me like that.
It wasn't me, it was my hand. My fingers called you.
They shouldn't have. They really shouldn't. I was in Morova already. Safe. In the warmth of the night. Wrapped in my future love. There, I think of you less and less. Whole weeks go by without me remembering you. Months already. Soon it will be years without the hurt. I sit there in Morova, in the holy gratitude of my bliss. I put my hand on my belly and smile.
The air gets cold around you. She looks down on her stomach, then up at you. Her eyes are full of tremendous distance and mystery.
Your name?
It's Dora. That's what the voice said on the phone.
Dora is short for Dolores.
Dubois, yes. Dora Dubois.
Are you Dora Dubois?
Oh no, 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 no. We're not doing that again.
Well, we're not doing that again. You're the X something.
Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X thing? You're confusing me. Look, I have to be at the Lausanne Aerodrome at 10:20 p.m. I still have a light rail to catch. I haven't even bought the tickets yet.
I'm glad we're having this conversation. I'm getting so much closure.
I'm glad too, but I have to go. My friends are waiting for me on the platform. I can't let them wait. It's impolite.
What?
What? You know what is impolite? Consigning a lieutenant detective of the Revachol Citizens Militia to eternal damnation. Cool, your friends. Say hi to your friends for me then. We can take the first one. Nah, we can take the other one.
I will.
You're the mourning.
The morning? I don't understand.
No, I meant mourning. I'm grieving. You're not even dead.
Oh my god, Harry, stop. I don't want to hear anything about the morning. Mourning someone who's still alive. Any of that. I can't do that anymore. I'm not 80 years old, I'm 32. People my age are not supposed to mourn.
Well, let's conclude this. On second thought, you're Dolores Day, Queen Regnant of the territories of Mundi and Insulind, and nothing else.
Yes, Harry. I am. Things have gotten much better for me, now that I am the ruler of the known world. Oh God, it's already so late. I have to go, Harry.
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrists.
I don't have very good suggestion, that's for sure. I've taken responsibility for my actions now. I'm a new man, weighty and normal.
She doesn't know what to say.
I'm so fucking normal right now.
Okay. I'm glad.
I mean, I'm a moralist. The other moralist almost took me away on their airship. I'm not a broken, insane man who can't live without you. I know I made mistakes and I've taken full responsibility for all of them. So you can live with me again if you want to. I'm better now. Well, we can go for that.
It doesn't sound like you're better at all, Harry.
Yeah.
It doesn't even sound like you're a moralist. It just sounds like you want to win me back or something. I don't want you to try that anymore, okay? It's too sad. I need to go.
Total annihilation. We got annihilated, Harry. It wasn't about responsibility at all. It was always only about you having no power at all. Over her, yourself, anything. That's why they didn't take you on that airship. You're insane without her.
But you said I have a vast soul and you will always come back
We
to
both
it.
said a lot of things. We were very young.
It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender, long fingers, in her wrists. Her hand wrote it, said those things.
Actually, you didn't say it. You wrote it in a letter, a handwritten letter. I kept it
As
in my
Queen
paperwork.
Regnant, I write a lot of letters.
You need to recite it to her, for effect. All of it. No summaries.
Yeah, we'll take the... We'll take the reciting part.
Please, Harry. I just don't have time for this.
Take the letter out. Take out the letter and read.
Okay, stop. Yes. Are you happy now?
No, I'm not happy. Being a police detective, I've performed a handwriting analysis on this, so I know it was you. There's more. Kisses, kisses, kisses.
Very well. I wrote it. It was morning. You slept. There was hoarfrost on the ground when I left, on Voyager Road. It was autumn. The first autumn. But Harry, please understand, it was 1,000,000 years ago. No.
Hoarfrost. I never heard that. Frost I know, but hoarfrost. I'm trying to remember. Trying to remember the Swedish
It was
way.
100 million years
think
ago.
I know what they mean, but just
I
trying.
was someone else then, filled to the brim with love for you, hanging on your every word. Oh, Harry, you were the coolest. But I am no longer that person. This has taken her place. It will devour you. Harry, I will eat your mind.
Probably true.
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now. A DeLorean figure, cut in black, moves below. It's still her. Her legs, her breasts, her hips.
I was cool.
The coolest. With your leather jacket and your boot-cut pants, smoking in the bus stop. I wanted you to be the rest of my life that day. And you were. Some of it, at least. You were my first kiss, my first time to have sex. The first and worst time I fell in love. I will always have that with me. It's a fact. But that is all it is. It's like a ticket stub, Harry. It doesn't do anything anymore.
Don't we have a ticket stub, by the way?
Yes, let's talk about that too. Let's bring it up, the zoo. In Le Jardin, the day we went east of the river, to the aquarium first, I was sad about my mother. I don't even know why. The shimmer of the fish tank on my face, the octopuses. It was just a day then, but to think, were we there now, you could touch my hair, kiss me, talk to me about anything, go virtually anywhere in the world. Not like now. Now our interactions are limited to pain and regret.
Voyager Road, I know that place. Where is it?
It's here, Harry.
Yeah, precisely.
We are on Voyager Road.
Så jag
At
skulle
the
säga
end
det.
of it, 300 meters from the stop. We used to come here to rent videos.
The house.
You could not pay the electrical bill. It became a lightless tomb. The years you spent training for the militia, my parents' money, it was not good.
It was a bowl collector, a light rail, a streetcar number.
42.
42.
That is the light rail that took
The
me
answer to
Quran,
everything.
school and work. Every morning. It's the same stop I met you at, Harry. 100,000 million years ago. No human being should still remember the position of atoms such eons ago. It must feel unnaturally sad. A sadness so ancient, it is shared even by archaebacteria.
What now? What happens now? What's the next thing we talk about?
Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we have already talked about. Talk about it again. If you do not feel like doing that, you should let me go to the aerodrome.
Yeah, sure. Or, well, don't go.
I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
Who said that? Because, well, authority said something else here. You have sworn a holy oath, Harry. She herself begged you to not let her go. Yeah, we'll take the coffee.
No, that would only be painful and dull. At the aerodrome, life, love, and laughter are waiting for me. At the cafeteria, dust, hell, and tragic comedy. That was someone else. I betrayed her, overwrote her, and am happier for it. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
Will we ever see each other again?
I won't see you, but you will see me.
Touché.
Oh, Harry, this is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago?
So how will I see you again then?
Right here, tomorrow night.
We need to cough.
Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time, so long ago.
Bad or I like this? I like
Oh
this.
yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
Okay. Okay then. See you tomorrow. Now do I wake up? Yeah, there we go. Now Kim is here. Makes more sense.
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
Try to cover up the blood seeping out with your hands. Sleep was deep and invigorating.
Of course. I was just thinking maybe you've torn your stitches. Are you ready to move on?
Yeah, let's sweep this island. Now, speaking of that, not so much drama, a bit of a conceptualization and visual calculus, a little bit extra perception. I was thinking if we... Yeah, the perception is from the boots, actually. Yeah, well, I guess we'll go with this for now. And by the way, this one, Inland Empire and Volition. We have a lot of weird stuff there. Inland Empire. Shivers. Well, not enough weird stuff, no. Well, we'll go with that then. Oh, wait, by the way. Minus the perception. No, not that one then. Yeah, let's keep going like this. But yeah, I didn't know we could actually go out here. Well, out I knew, because we've been out, but that we also could take a stroll here. Who knows, we might actually find something in the... not the dream world, so to say.
A strange feeling looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in.
Yeah, raise your sight.
In the still mirror of the bay, you see Martinez reflected. Tall edifices of ruins reach into the water, like shimmering towers. And the shacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries, upside down. Islets and posts, like stepping stones, lead into the water in front of you. Go. Step in. It's been too long.
No. Winch is broken, rust has eaten what remains of the chain. Yeah, sure. Oh, I guess we can't go past this. Nope. Well, goody good. But we could kind of go up here. I'm not sure it will do anything. The pain in your pelvis. Yeah, I forgot about that. Perhaps I should walk more. Run less. Inside of the fortress, you make out the console and the blast door. Yeah, that's true. This is from the gap we see from the inside as well. Oh, something up there. Fuel canister. Weathered artillery map showing coordinates in the Bay of Revachol. Old medicine cabinet newly stocked with Druamine. Okay, and there is also a bed, I guess.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
Oh,
B triple prime. This looks like a good place to shoot from.
indeed. Inspect the mattress.
Single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns. And an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
Pick one out of the can.
The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Moteri.
Teomotiri, like the ones we found at Land's End, remember?
I may have been wrong when I said it wasn't important. This means the same person could have visited both locations.
Yes.
I didn't see any signs of smoking inside, though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
Inspect the wall.
There's a firing slit in the wall. in front of you, like a little window.
Touch the concrete first.
Quite old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain.
Look through the hole.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation, a tingling feeling in your stomach. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting, 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar.
On the left.
A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B.
And on the right, the steel mill, or
The red chimney
not
and
this.
collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10. The doomed commercial area.
Ah, that one. And between the two.
The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop, sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
There it is.
Do you have a line of sight to the window?
I do indeed. Oops.
More than that,
Kim, with a pair of binoculars I will be able to see inside the room.
A pair of binoculars or a scope of a rifle? You'd be prone, lying on a mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure. I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
3 small pats.
affirmative.
Affirmative. Finally.
In our defense, nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
6 people are dead. We could have prevented it.
Don't beat yourself up, officer. We did not put guns in their hands or get them drunk. We will make up for it. Here. I feel it.
Could the shooter still be here?
Where?
On this island.
He does not answer, just nods. With his back hunched, he looks around once more and says,
We should move now.
Autosave. Well, that's something, if I die again. Ah, okay. Could actually take stuff from there. That's good. Might need it. I have a lot of stuff, though. You feel eyes on your back. Someone's watching, but you can't say where. I was not surprised. Oh, by the way, speaking of that, I probably should wear something else than that shirt. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe something... I don't remember what that jacket gives me. Oops, sorry. Conceptualization. Perhaps we should have like... either that one or... or that one. Yeah, we can take that one. We have used that one quite a lot, but it's because it's good. That one. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll try with that one. Oh yeah, I found some fuel, which is good. We can go back, perhaps. Someone's watching, you say? Yeah, that don't surprise me. Oh yeah, this one was locked, so we can't even try it again. But now at least this door is open, so yeah. Hi-ho, let's go. What can possibly go wrong? A lot of stuff. Let's also get our gun and a torch. Do I only have one bullet now? Yeah, I do. It's only one bullet there, actually. That's not good. Okay, we get out on the other side. Yeah, I do see something over there. Small white flowers blossom all around you. Oh, is it... Is it... kind of flowers? Oh, there we had the guy with the rifle. Rubber dinghy, deflated, sorry, broken. Yeah, I saw the guy over there. Are we getting close to not necessarily winning, but concluding? Maybe. And I probably don't need a flashlight for that.
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth.
He's called the deserter.
Then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp.
Are you the fire guy?
The what now?
Did
I
you
can't hear you.
Did you recently tell two kids to put out their fire? Two twins.
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position. Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
You retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
Fuel the generator, then use the console.
I should have burned that console down.
How did you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
But you didn't say that, Kim.
I did.
We have entered a world where he said you shouldn't. It is the only world.
It was not rock and roll, it was sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness. A weapon of the bourgeoisie. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate, hip gyrating, mental illness music.
Nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Is that the Bell McGrave?
It's a 3-Angong 446.
Southeast Samaran made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
A Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
The Sinyao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk wiped from the board.
He's right. Almost no one remembers there was a third metastasis of the World Revolution in the Safre Empire, extinguished in '06.
It's not wiped from the board. I remember it.
They wouldn't like hearing their name in your mouth. Damn dog.
I'm with the police. You can keep the gun, but keep it down. Not one move. Let's get... Or should I take this one? I switched to Swedish for some reason. Sir, I need you to put down that gun so we can talk further with the police. Sir, yeah, that was pretty...
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
I am an enemy commander of rank. Put it down. God damn it, I should have worn my authority stuff. Although I have a little bit of authority thanks to the jacket, if I remember it correctly.
The words, "I am an enemy commander," sound cold as iron from your lungs. The old man still hugs his gun.
And what rank would that be, dog?
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway.
Are you sure about that?
It's out of bullets.
Okay.
Like an amputated limb in the sand. He stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound. A strange sadness, like a song.
What did you say?
The future teaches you to be alone.
The present.
The present to be afraid and cold.
Those words the future teaches you.
Real music. Real Proletkult. That's La Revacholière, not your rock and roll misanthropy. Chanson de soldat of the black and whites.
Marching song. Forget about that
Check.
for a moment. You need to address that remark first.
I'm not a misanthrope. I'm a half-dead police officer who's just doing his job. I know La Revacholière. It's the marching song of the World Revolution.
There you go. 1 of 3. In Grad, they sang Brave Children, Favorites of History. And in Sinyao, it was some Samaran shit, I guess.
How does it go, the song?
How did it go? Something about shooting rabbits. I don't know. can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's gone now.
He waves erratically with his hand, annoyed that he can't remember. A little tremor passes through him.
Pick up the gun. Yeah, perhaps we should.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire.
Inspect it closer.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangon, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
It's as he said, it's a triangle made in Sinyao.
Worn, personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use, hasn't it, sir?
No response from the old man. The plastic
Uses
cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of wind.
jacketed ammunition, 446.
Jacketed, military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight. Good for hitting something that's very, very far away.
Yeah, stole the
The
gun.
old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. Some kind of involuntary response. Something is slightly off with his motorics. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession in time.
Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
Yeah, I was thinking, is this some kind of story, kind of like how a bunch of Japanese soldiers in World War II didn't really know or believe that the war was over, so they kind of kept hiding and surviving on
There, behind them,
isolated
across
islands and
the
stuff.
delta, the Insicom building. Coalition government, Insulindian mission control.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the...
From the Insulindian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
You've been on this island for 43 years.
No.
No.
I've been on other islands too.
Yeah, precisely.
I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was on E48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
You said you deserted your unit.
I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
Understood.
Well done. I won't explain it to a minion of capital.
What is this place, this island?
It's not an island, Dwat. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. and I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
You mean the landing, retaking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
First, I'm not one of them.
Sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million people Deathblow?
Murderers, I know what you mean.
You don't know. You haven't seen it.
Biggest communist.
Iblis.
Iblis?
The black-eyed angel.
Shaitan Ahura, the Darkened One.
How have you survived all this
How
time?
does anyone survive? I steal
What do you steal?
supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
TRCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
We have Dramamine and other opioid-based painkillers. You must be in pain.
I have been running out of that stuff.
How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of... I don't even know what. Inferno?
Yeah, let the lieutenant speak for once.
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult mentally to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year. Ruins glimmering in the dark like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the tens. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
How did you get between here and the mainland? Probably that rubber dinghy we saw earlier.
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
The weapons cache under... Yeah, why don't you just walk there?
I don't want to.
Precisely.
They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
Weapons cache under Sankis Lane 22B in the basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They were damaged beyond use.
I know.
I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across.
Small bunker under the Feld building. Have you stayed there? Probably.
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Killed themselves?
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
One more question. Do you smoke Timotiri cigarettes?
I do.
Ever smoke them on the mainland?
They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
Tell me another thing.
The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
You said this is your termless surrender.
You're with the RCM, a coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol, a so-called Lieutenant W. Freighter.
That's right, we're with the good guys. I know what it looks like, but I have secret plans to turn the RCM into a Masovian revolutionary unit. Well, I probably have a lot of communist answers in my deck by now, but a lot of other ones as well. We enforce the law. We keep these animals from killing each other.
You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste dans ce land. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit. Rene, the royalist on the coast, said,
The communals signed the Revacholian Instrument of Surrender.
Liberal reactionaries signed that instrument. Traitors who should have been burned alive. I answer to the Communist Party.
Is that part of why you've been here all this time? Because the party didn't surrender?
he just wipes the blood from his chin.
Honorable.
Honor is a feudal atavism. My motive is class.
So, you're a communist soldier from the Communist Army.
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
But you said you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
Wait, what does a political... Oh, that means you're a trained communist, right?
He nods slowly, then another tremor.
I'm a moralist. Yeah, perhaps I am. I'm not really into politics myself. Say nothing. Again, you've been hiding here for 43 years.
43 years and 10 months.
That's insane.
It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
He just couldn't.
You couldn't give up.
He nods. But he can now.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
2 police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects a series of burnt black letters splashed across the plaza mosaic.
Yes.
Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smoldering. One day, it says, I will return to your side.
Always waiting
For what?
for her to return.
Her who?
Girl child, revolution.
I come from there. I can assure that is not what the people are planning. Been there, the city is a tinderbox, it may still happen. I've seen it. Capital is too powerful, the rich are very well organized.
They have you. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
I have another serious question for
There's
you.
nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
Composure, huh? What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay, okay. This is it. You can feel it, like battery acid on the tip of your tongue. Something you haven't felt in a while. But
Yeah, precisely. But what?
this is what you live for. This is the shit. The great serotonin jackpot. The solution. Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those.
No, that's probably true. That he doesn't.
No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
I know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with that gun in the last week or two?
I don't want to tell you anything, you grotesque murderer.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong all the time.
So, you're saying you killed people after active fighting stopped?
What did I just say?
Yeah, that's what he just said, yes.
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor Crenell?
The who now?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire.
The fascist death squad who took a bullet in the mouth on the night of March 4th. Yeah, we can use that.
Oh, yes. That one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
A drop of blood in the saliva. Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him. Get a confession.
Ah, well, easier said than done, but
The
we'll see.
scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember. Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
We're done the ballistics. The shot came from this island.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession. You've been here a long time, Mr. Dras. Too long. You clearly need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part. Just one thing remains unclear. The rifle does not seem to have a scope.
The view was perfect. With a pair of binoculars I could have seen in the room. It's the best uninterrupted line of sight into that window in all of Martinez.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
I don't need your cooperation, I've got this.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistol. I've seen you prance around with that, jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen.
Yeah. No worries.
He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
Stop changing the subject. We have the murder weapon. Oh, sorry. I'm about to sneeze.
You
Maybe.
know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
You think we have the murder weapon?
4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. We have it. This is it.
I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon.
Good. This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
You're a communist. I talked to the dead man. He told me communists killed him.
Stupid twat.
The lieutenant looks at you with worry in his eyes.
I can understand that.
Not this, he seems to say. Anything but this.
Nature
You fucked with the wrong police officer. I have paranatural abilities.
does not behave in a paranatural manner. Aberrant
No,
bourgeois
then it would be
musings,
called paranatural.
magic earl creatures, and
Paranature.
esoteric sensations. It's all crypto-fascism. Your brain is rotting from the radio waves.
He does not answer the provocation. It does not look like he thinks this approach worked.
No.
But still, somehow you knew it was a communist.
How?
Perhaps you suspected it before you took the case. The vision was you remembering that.
But this did nothing.
Was it supposed to?
I will look deeper then.
The inland sea is dark, vast, and on the surface, meaningless.
Turn back to him.
Standing there, slack-jawed, brain festering.
Come on, what am I forgetting? Hit yourself on the side of your head.
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells.
Ah.
The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
Yes, that's the name of them. I saw the flowers here earlier, so I was like, oh yes.
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here.
Yeah,
They're revolutionary symbols from the war.
precisely.
Nowhere else, nowhere in all of Martinez have you seen them this spring. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now they're gonna come up.
Of course, thank you, Head. Thank you.
You got it. Remember, the boot prints were like no modern soul.
True.
Maybe don't beat yourself anymore, though. You're not immortal.
There were Maybells behind the victim's window.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them. So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
I haven't seen these flowers anywhere else in Martinez, only here.
They blossom on the islets before we fertilize them with our blood. Resurrection was snow white in May before they ruined it. The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may.
A young woman called Clausia, ringing any bells? These dried flowers were behind her window.
Classier.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
Yes, Classier. You hadn't heard her name, had you?
My ears don't reach the city.
You know her, right? She had intimate relations with the victim, the mercenary.
With the victim.
There is a small tremble, looks like a smile, a crooked smile, yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst. Don't leave any loose ends. Get him on everything.
I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa? Some shit.
Show me the souls, please, Mr. Duras.
Fucking imbecile.
Black and white spiral pattern.
The maker is Sensorique. The model is Cordobe, and the size is 43.
Didn't remember a spiral pattern, but perhaps I remember it wrong.
These are not the unusual horizontal patterned soles
Exactly.
you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size.
The size fits, but not the soul.
Wait, maybe it's simpler than that.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
Yeah, precisely. People change shoes. It doesn't mean you weren't there, near the room the victim died in, sneaking around.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They must have really loved that dead fuck.
The
Yeah.
lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering, looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
He was a soldier too. He was a man. Yeah, we can go with that.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner.
Good point.
Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
This is it. Shot him, shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot him?
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling. While the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth.
Yeah, I mean, details you probably wouldn't know otherwise.
I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his
Then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Mr. Truss, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
Yes. Well, check.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
Yeah, still the scope is a missing item.
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
And if you don't like it?
You pull the trigger.
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
He will not stop now. These dialectical materialist types never do. Exploit it. You've got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
Don't have that much composure. What specifically did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder?
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that.
So you were jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself, drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore. And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second, writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
How long had you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Her passport and tickets to Villiers.
Yeah,
And from there,
I think she said that
Cachet
herself,
too.
actually.
In the free state of Semonine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
Some kind of hidden container on the coast. You looked into it.
yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible. Well made, actually.
Sloppy. We should have gotten her to tell us about this. Did you take the documents?
Pretty sure. Didn't she tell us about this? No, not specifically, perhaps.
No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to phone. Oh, I mean,
Moving on. Did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over. black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revishal's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
Interesting.
He's setting it up for you. The bruises, you can't make that out in a scope.
And you could see her bruises through the scope of a rifle?
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
How does he know? Yeah, precisely. Footprints, could have changed shoes, found the people.
Quickly comes to you.
The bruises on her body, any chance you've seen them through a hole in a wall?
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating.
Did you make that hole?
It was probably already there.
With a clip point knife.
No, he did.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snorts.
Ever see her through a window on a roof?
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
So, you've been through the secret route behind the whirling in rags. Those were your footprints there. You just changed your shoes.
I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
And that too.
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people do some shit, but...
Those two took the cake.
But
You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick glance at you. One more loose end down. We're doing this, detective.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
oh yeah, that's true. How the hell did you get in there?
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
Yeah.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union Box window.
Did you have feelings for this woman? That woman?
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough.
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly, like stones dripping with water. Is he crying?
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know.
Was that why you left the dried flowers behind her window?
No.
So, why?
I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of her room on the floor, like she does sometimes.
When was this?
The day after I killed him.
And you brought her Mabel's?
Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
You wanted to console her.
Maybe. I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you. If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes, then nods at you once more. One more down.
So, in conclusion, it wasn't about him, it was about her.
Her.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement. That's it. Motive. We have it.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
She got away, but she led us here first. She figured out someone was watching her from the sea fort.
Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week at the island, like she knew. She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right into me. It doesn't matter.
Across the water, on a dilapidated jetty in a nameless village, made of grey cinder block houses with Eternite roofs, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a narrow strip of sea.
Ah, they arrived at the fishing village.
He's there, doing what exactly, I don't know. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer points at the ruins. Behind that anti-aircraft something. That's why we can't see him. Special Consultant Heidelstein is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee until then. I know this interesting little place. Where? His voice trails off as the 3 walk down the jetty. As the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder at the crumbling fortification like a rotten tooth rising out of the water.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years?
Sure, we can see what he knows.
Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
Been looking at anything else you haven't liked?
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back. The familiar put of hatred.
More specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
How come?
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries. Pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
Mr. Clare.
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
Yeah, let's let him keep going.
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. Intense, like animals, like those boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
That's all?
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now, her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too.
René, was it?
Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Koyamoran, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children. That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt, Frisell, is now dead.
Now, I have some questions about this.
We did good when we pushed him under the horse car. Until, in the 30s, those disco whores.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter. There was something about a statue and nihilistic advertising agency people. Might be worth investigating.
By the cock parading in his colorful uniform, you mean René?
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what they say on Radio June. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A Patank maniac race traitor.
Yeah, just nod.
I remember him. I remember him from La Noce. Not him personally, his make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the liberals came to their rescue. We missed one. That one.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston. Alone.
There's no one there.
Fat and plump. Like a pheasant. Just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Dross. Shoot me.
You'd like to kill him?
Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals, right on his face, and just fiddle the trigger. Think about it. Let the bonbon melt in my mouth.
Save the treat for later?
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think, no, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, René. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him. Haven't seen him around lately, strutting around. Must be down with arthritis. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood.
Yeah, let's bring the news. René is dead. He died of old age a couple of days ago.
No,
Yes.
I waited too long. I waited too long and now he's dead?
I'm sorry, Mr. Dross. I understand you knew him for a long time.
They're all dead now. Fuck it.
If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have There must have been 1,000 black days on these islands. His health ailing.
You cared about him.
All human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. Now, God damn this one.
You had 1,000 chances to kill
I
him.
blew them all.
Yeah, precisely.
What does it matter now? He's gone. Ancient dust.
Are you okay, Mr. Dross, to go on?
You think I haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen them do. Fuck and die. All the other plans we had. To love, to colonize the Pale. It's all fucked.
He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black days. Something strange is keeping him together, making him endure.
Disco horse?
I don't even care about those whores anymore. Get it over with. Take me in.
There was something about the statue and on the roundabout and
Selma
syphilis.
first. Philip II. What's the difference? Syphilitic murderers, the lot. I don't want to think about those things anymore. I'm tired of all of it.
You mentioned the Union is social democratic and Mr. Clare a farce of a social democrat.
I don't want to talk about goddamn social democrats.
Okay.
Traitors is all they are. Brain dead.
I'm glad we talked about this.
Talked about what?
I want to ask again about the people you don't like.
His lip curls into a
okay.
sneer.
No.
Glad we talked about
Sorry.
what?
Well, I can't get much more composure, a little bit, from the coat, for example. But, never mind. Josef Lilianovich Draws, you're under arrest for the murder of Ellis Courtenay.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
Yes, you would be taken to.
The sum of all the erratic movements, fidgeting, and mood swings he's been exhibiting.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand?
Will he attack us?
Do you understand?
But...
Kim, he's afraid.
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
First say, does it have room for 3?
Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here, but...
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
Who watches him there while I come back for you? Yeah, well, we have our...
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
What is this farce? This is a fucking farce. I can't.
Lillian, you could ask her maybe.
We go with the perception here. Wait.
There it is again.
12.
To
Nice.
your north, as it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper, stalks rubbing against each other. But then, in the middle of it,
What?
something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin. A very small violin, made of reeds and rushes.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat.
Shushki, do you hear that?
What?
What are you talking about? Is this really us?
Your skin crawls.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, it's a cryptozoologist thing.
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
The Insulindian phasmid, yes. What is that? Point to it.
What are you talking about?
The giant stick insect.
There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand rise instinctively.
There is, I see it.
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
Kim, can you see it?
I can see it.
I can see. Oh, I can see it. Okay.
4 simple words, thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane.
Depends on what he is seeing.
But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence, its limbs long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from his head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you.
Looks a little bit dangerous in all its...
Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks.
Yeah. I mean... It's tall, but perhaps
The
not
hiss
that
is
strong.
different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch.
Listen carefully.
You smell.
You smell... Approach carefully. There we go.
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Sweat drips from your brow, soaking your chest. You reek of it, your chemicals. The tracheal system on the creature's abdomen expands in front of you to take in and expel air. It's smelling you. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
Raise your hand slowly.
The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there is silence.
Put your hand down. Yeah, I think we do that.
The invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. Sets of complex eyes follow you, moving in tandem on either side of the insect's small head.
Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth,
No reply.
along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you.
Stand on your tiptoes and look more closely.
You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming slowly.
I mean,
The foam is white, then yellowish.
that doesn't sound good.
The faintest smell, like you've never felt before, like burnt roses.
Kim, it's foaming.
Careful, it may be poisonous.
Yeah, for example.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one, letting out that same smell, like summer burning.
Tell me, what are you doing?
I exist.
Ooh, succeeded. I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
Fire, burning.
Fire? Where?
In the city, all around, on the horizon, pale fire. This thing we're both sensing is coming to an end.
That is your problem. Nothing ever ends for me. There is only room for 2, maybe 3 pictures in my mind. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist.
So what if the next picture doesn't come? This creature is not the photographer, just the camera.
Intruded upon by what?
Shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never burn.
You're the type of animal I would like to be. I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive instrument.
Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you, with all of creation reflected in your forebrain. It must be like the highest of hells, a kaleidoscope of fire and writhing glass. Eternal damnation. Even when you're sleepy, and when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help but swallow more behind the mirror. I feel great, mute empathy for you.
It was very disorienting at first, but I'm keeping my shit together.
That must be incredibly hard. The Arthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we're watching. When you're tired, when the vision spins out of control, the insects will be looking on, rooting for you.
Oh, thank you.
And when you fall, we will come to raise you up. Bud from you, banner-like, blossom from you and carry you apart in a sky funeral, in honor of your passing. but not me, because I'm just a leaf eater.
In honor of your shit, Lieutenant Ifreter, which you kept together in the face of total unrelenting terror, day after day, second by second.
Yeah, this was certainly not what I expected. I mean, we have been looking for cryptozoological stuff earlier, but this or cryptids to be more specific. But yeah, weird.
Detective
Yes. What now?
arriving. On the scene.
I am a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
The killer.
He's in a bad state, deteriorating fast now. He thinks I am beneficial to him, but I am not. I only quicken his deterioration.
You're destroying him? Question mark.
Very slowly, and only because he won't go away. It is meant to keep them from noticing me, to interfere with the pictures in their heads. But he has looked at me for too long, and I'm destroying him.
What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmadia, endemic to the Insulindia Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molting, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trashkins and boys. I went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution and officials of the occupation. Even the Seminese islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Reverchol, district of Martinaise, March 51.
Yes. Where does this come from? All this? Oh, that's insane.
No, you are. The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while it is you who are a total extreme madness. A volatile senior nerve system ominously new to the planet. The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
No, that's not good. Wait, what is the Pale?
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
I don't have that kind of power.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident.
How?
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Only much worse, yeah, precisely.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
Worse how?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day, or just forget?
Have I always
No.
thought this way?
You're only thinking it now. This is a revelation.
I have already forgotten the whole word once when I drank too much.
So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
What does it look like?
You're just staring at it.
Then I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
No, I told her what it's about, our fate.
I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species.
Yeah, sure. I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts, that was all. Nah, that's not true. Where does this come from, all this around us, the world?
Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily.
We need to know. Perhaps it's sent to us by a god.
I think we should eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Or read. Yum yum.
Yum yum.
Wait, so
Too sensitive of a matter. Yes, precisely. So you look like a reed and you eat reeds. Yeah.
Yes, they don't mind.
Have you accidentally eaten another reed, Phasmid?
Yes, I once cloned myself and ate the little ones. It was winter, and I woke up at the wrong time. It was an accident.
Sure. Well, I mean, sure. I'm sure it was an accident. I actually meant what I said. I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts. That was all.
No, there is one more.
Of all the creatures I met, you're the kindest. Of all the creatures I met, you're the scariest. Of all the creatures I met, you're the most beautiful. You're the kindest.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman. Turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. For all mankind.
I will try.
She was held on Earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Okay, Kim, take the picture.
Okay.
there is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2.
I hope we don't have to kill it. That would be unnecessary.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant. Hypnotized by the flash, it stands frozen before you.
I got it.
I probably should back off.
A shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you.
Yeah. Disengage.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface. And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone.
It can walk on
Apparently,
water.
yes, like a water strider. Only, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
What's that in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
What now?
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
Tremble. The time is now. Taola.
What time?
Time for the show. For Taola. The hallowed time of fear and disintegration. A countdown has begun. All will collapse on itself. The world will disappear into a single grain of blackness. All sound will be muted. All life will scream.
This is because of the insane world ending I've been saying, isn't it?
Yes, you spoke the words of the Palindropos and the houses of Pericarnassus. Items, people, even words will tumble. All will lose its meaning in the coming years. That is why you marked yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to opt out of the Palindropos, whatever it is. This was a mistake.
Okay, yes, maybe it is just the hangover talking, or some kind of joke you're playing on yourself instead of working on the case.
Let me just check this quickly. Oh, hello. A helmet. And, wait a minute. Weapon or a scope? T932 scope, there we have it. Ah, come on.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Something is very wrong with him now.
Sir, how could you not see the phasmid?
Mr. Dras?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap-toothed mouth shaking.
Snap your fingers.
A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing. His hands are trembling, and he breathes slowly.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem, doesn't it, Mr. Dras?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
We found some things in the phasmid's nest, Mr. Dross.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you should.
Show him the detached scope.
I lost.
You lost it, Mr. Dross.
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there, with the help of a magpie phasmid. This sight is a T9, Mr. Dras. Was it attached to the rifle when you made the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh.
And the helmet, then.
Nothing. Just dull staring. Not even.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dras could have picked it up. Or the phasmid even. If it did, this is incredible.
I'm going to let you rest now, Mr. Dross.
The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched, and his mouth open.
I wonder
The
if...
blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning to normal.
Okay, good.
The strength has all gone out of him. Just frail old bones in a sack of tracksuit trousers and a windbreaker.
What has happened to this
Old
man?
age and shock.
I think it's the phasmid.
Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you?
Yeah.
There's much more. Remember what it said when it spoke.
I talked to the phasmid. It said it's destroying him.
You should be more careful, detective. Are you sure it wasn't having an effect on you?
Maybe. Anyway, it's only trying to remain unseen. The degradation is a side effect.
A valid hunch. Long-term exposure to something like that could be neurodegenerative. Also, please be careful when approaching unknown species in the future, detective.
He couldn't see it, Kim. It's just the reads for
It could
him.
be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Dross,
No response.
Maybe this is how the phasmid has stayed hidden all this year.
then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief, and hence not credible. But anyone who spends a long time with it.
Yes, you forget it's there.
Mr. Dross, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds? The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse.
Could it be there's something hormonal in his relationship to the
You mean
phasmid?
pheromonal?
Pheromonal, yes. Well, probably. He seemed a little off for a man his age. Randy. No, forget it, Inspector.
He does not look hormonal anymore. Motionless. His plastic cape flaps in a sudden gust of wind.
He's been here for a long time. Who knows how much of it is in... Who knows how much of it in its company? There was a lot of eyes there. Huh?
He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want to leave this place. And the insect, maybe. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo.
No one would believe you without it.
Hang tight.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Yeah, that's... I've been bad at not taking too long, so we'll see about that, that's for sure. I'm just looking around. There was... Oh yeah, this was the way in, okay. But yeah, wasn't there a basement as well here? But yeah, speaking about not taking too long, maybe we shouldn't go digging around the basement here. That kind of thing there. Oh, look at that! Found even more shit. Oh, sorry, it's up there. Yeah, I forgot about it. Well, at least we're not running with our broken hip.
ICM? This feels familiar somehow.
A white star?
An upside-down star.
With its horns in the sky, the symbol of the commune.
Are those speck stars
No,
too?
that's the uninhabited archipelago.
A DeLorean air a symbol of Insulinda, known as the face in the sea.
Looks old. What is it still doing
After
here?
44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Gefreiter. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel.
What is the ICM?
Insulindian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the Communards Army, the black and white army of the revolution.
Sounds an awful lot like.
RCM.
The RCM may descend from the ICM.
May.
It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals.
Nice political thoughts rush through your neocortex. A mediocre athlete would pant from dragging around his body on a busted crutch. But not you. You're thinking about politics, with blood dripping down your thigh.
ICM sounds like ICP, very close to International Collaboration Police. Nice and normal that way. It's a little embarrassing in 51, no? Maybe we need a rebrand.
No one remembers the ICM. The connotation is less important each year.
Okay. Well, let's go. I mean, we were in a hurry, weren't we? As usual, I'm not doing a very good job of rushing things along. Speaking of that, 5 o'clock.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
This leads to the depot in Land's End.
Ah, yes, so it seems.
What do you think it was used for?
For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
As a defensive measure,
True.
lock it off that side of the bay.
Lock it for who? From whom?
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
Hi-ho, let's go. Speaking of that, we have a lot of level ups, I believe. Maybe too many to even bother with them, in that sense. Clothes? Did I find clothes? Oh yeah, we found the freaking mask. So, the only thing I haven't got is the legs. I didn't manage to get them off. Items. Oh, yeah. Wait. Yeah, can I do anything with these? I guess not. Oh well. Use the boat to return to the mainland. Yes, we are indeed doing that.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Let's return.
We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet. But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village, looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Well, to begin with, I don't really need... Oh, sorry. There, end. There we go. I don't need a torch right now, I guess. And perhaps we should... I mean, I don't Probably don't need authority. Who knows? I guess I can't really get more esprit de corps from anything other than jackets and stuff that I already have, so to say, so that won't help. We'll probably get less, but that's not what we're looking for. Yeah, well. Well. Probably don't need a gun either, in all honesty.
Look what the tide brought in.
Here, we are here because we are worried. Look what the tide brought in, says the man without sunglasses. Suddenly his expression changes and he tilts his head.
I want to call you a teapot, but I'm honestly kind of impressed. No idea where you got all that gear, but there's no doubt in my mind that some bad people are looking for it. Also, you look like a fucking idiot.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen. This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. But where are his sunglasses?
Wait, you're the man with sunglasses.
That's right. And you're some kind of murder machine.
The armor? No one else seems bothered by it.
Oh, really? They don't seem bothered by it? That's because you're a cop in an exoskeleton.
Yeah. Oh, that explains it. Yeah, I am a cop in a goddamn exoskeleton.
Actually, are you? Are you still a cop? There's so much disco going on, it's hard to tell.
Well, I'll be happy to let you know.
Calm down.
Should I go into that? Nah. Who are you people?
Hello, Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
Yeah, wait. Didn't I... Wait.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Comar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it.
Heidelstam. Where did I...
Special Consultant Trond Heidelstam, Patrol Officer Judith Minot.
Did I talk to him on the radio, or did I run into him somewhere else?
Hi.
I mean, these two I have run into, Judith and Sean.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Well, I'm above the pavement by
Lieutenant
now.
Kim Kisuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your action.
Yeah, precisely.
We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a naughty boy.
Precisely. We are doing a good job here.
But this is
I'm not
clearly
sure about the rest of you.
departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Way to feed me to the wolves. No, Kim, you got to have my back. Let's destroy them.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
What is this about?
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
Yeah, probably.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets.
Yeah, precisely.
Shit, kid. What an interesting moniker.
Where have you been all this time? There was a mercenary tribunal.
God damn it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All will burn. Detect or die.
Wait, so you let me face a squad of trained killers alone just to teach me a lesson?
It wasn't like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we?
I said all those things. I'm not like that
Are you
anymore.
sure? So you haven't been telling everyone what a boring cop you are? And that you should kill yourself? People say you've been out of your mind. I asked around.
What's a shit kid?
You. Shit kid? That's you.
Maybe
Short
you
answer.
deserved it.
How did you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
I saved his establishment, and still he betrays me.
Strange. He didn't mention that. In fact, the establishment didn't look saved at all. There was a giant IO graffito in front of the building. It was on fire.
It was this one junior delinquent.
I don't know. It had shit kid written all over it.
You aren't a man with sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
Maybe if you hadn't been so sarcastic, I would have realized I knew you.
I'm clinically depressed, Harry. Sorry if I wasn't in the mood to batter you up after you told us to fuck off.
Okay, I had that one coming.
What coming? Not recognizing people you work with every day. Brain damage.
You never told me you're not the horse-faced woman.
Lieutenant, my name is not Horse-Faced Woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends.
I'm truly sorry, Officer Minot.
Okay, you're my commanding officer. I really want to respect you. I want us to have a normal relationship.
That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on earth. He's the reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training. And I hate sensitivity training.
So, Trent Hiddleston turns out to be Special Consultant Trent Hiddleston.
Yes, I'm Tran Heilestam. I never said I wasn't Tran Heilestam.
Oh, and yeah, now I remember. He's the one standing at the Feld mural. Yeah. Wait, what's up with the kid then?
Mikhail? Mikhail is my son.
Oh yeah, what was up with all the interesting history? Spying on me?
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see Martinez. It was a coincidence.
So what are you special consulting here?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on.
You mentioned the task force.
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Refresh my memory. Who else is in this?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn major crimes unit. There's you, me, Jude, Tron fucking Idlestown, and Guillaume Baby.
Okay, so Guillaume Baby, who is that then?
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Yeah, but first, who's Guillaume Baby?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Baby is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses?
Is this Guillaume Baby blonde with sunglasses, like you were?
See? There. He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Look at me, I'm G-Baby. It was going to be funny, but then you really did have brain damage. So not so much anymore.
Okay, so what does the unit do?
It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
Well,
The 41st isn't.
none of this is ringing any bells.
The
Move on.
bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, e-solar, Pell, and so on.
Yes, yes.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Socioeconomically, you think I'm so poor I lost my memory?
Not when you phrase it like that. But I don't think critical theory. I know everyone thinks this is far-fetched pink academia, but still, I don't think it should be off the table here.
What? He lost his memory because of capitalism?
No, not like that. I'm not talking Vredefort school here. But Harry, I asked you, what do you think happened?
Well, I drank so much I lost my memory. Now I'm slowly recovering it, and that's probably close to a normal interpretation of it. It might have something to do with an anomaly in the church, a 2mm hole in the world.
Corresponding to the 20 centimeter hole in your brain. Sure. This theory has great symmetry. I see how it folds into itself neatly.
Precisely, Satellite Officer Vicmere. It's Martinez.
I'll explain later, but there's another. I knew you would be too close-minded to understand the anomaly.
This sounds odd, but I was there. The church on the coast was shaking from an audio-spatial anomaly. It may have been anthroponetic or perhaps related to radio waves. Either way, it was real. I've even put it in my report. You should read it. I do not, however, think it has anything to do with him drinking himself to the point of brain damage.
Thank you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Just to clarify, I do not think his honorary anthroponetics are a hoax. Pale produces global phenomena. It's proven. However, What has not been proven is total memory loss after drinking too much Commodore Red. Honestly, I think he's just lying to us.
But Detective Vigmer, he has blanked out before.
I have.
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
What
So
mural?
you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here. Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for its end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in a major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Yeah.
Leadership now.
Leadership now. I'm ready to lead again.
No one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on the disability pension? Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
Yeah, but yeah, precis. Tequila Sunset. I also jumped the canal, by the way.
Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Tequila Sunset. Jump the canal. So funny, Harry. Thank you for fucking me. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of my payslip. You know that, right? You're gonna get fired, and I'm gonna pay till I die. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
Got my badge here.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
Ah, crap.
You juggle the badge for a second, unsuccessfully, and it lands on the ground, some 2 meters away. Ouch! You strained your elbow trying to catch that stupid thing. Damn it.
Damn it, yes,
He
precisely.
found it. He found it, Jean. It's his badge.
Yeah.
And your gun?
Well, I'm holding it in
As
my
if having
hand.
your
That's
badge
probably why
and
I've...
gun are natural states, not achievements. What is it with all these material objects?
My gun is right here.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
I didn't lose my gun. I have my gun. So it doesn't even matter that I found my gun.
You were never supposed to lose it in the first place. Not lost. It's
Precisely.
your gun's natural state. You drunk bum.
I'm not drunk. I haven't started drinking again. Well, that's not. I'm not. I haven't drunk a whole lot, but a little bit. So what? I had a little drink.
A little drink? You smell like a corpse. I'm downwind and I can barely breathe. You smell like shit. You let a suspect escape, Harry. Classier is something. Because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
Well, she wasn't a suspect, but... Well, she was a suspect,
We've
perhaps,
read the
but...
reports. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
Not taking her in was the right thing to do. She gave us a vital clue that led us to the island.
Oh, well, if she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, the one who shot herself, in the head. Or the fact that you very likely sold your gun for booze. That's peanuts. That's nothing. That's a humorous anecdote. Compared to the 6 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
Sure.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals.
Here comes the cavalry.
Thank you for the input,
Oh, sorry.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
I double-clicked.
He thinks of apologizing, but decides against it.
You've spent a week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
No, probably on me.
On Lieutenant Yofretor Dubois.
Yeah, precisely.
Well, the drinking, the lost gun, also losing his badge, that's all true. And he's been drinking on the job.
The man sighs deeply.
Then there's the boring cop issue. Despite all the obvious and almost grotesque mannerisms and sartorial choices, he still insists he isn't characteristic enough. It's just strange, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a true blue moralist. He recently attempted to contact a coalition warship in order to assign la responsabilité, which is commendable, but also at odds with his own behavior. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the drugs, of course. Amphetamine, mostly. But despite all this, he is a great detective, one of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, I have to disagree with you, Mr. Vicmar, was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
Okay, he did something.
Something, yes.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
Precisely.
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard. The wind blows, flapping the glossy rectangle in his hand.
No, don't lose it.
You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Boom shakalaka, motherfucker. So, as you can see, I'm a pretty okay detective.
Fucking hell. Is this somehow connected to the case?
The Phasmid? No, probably not.
Detective?
Boom, boom, boom. I believe the pheromone it emits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation. Well, yeah.
The old man was not aware of the Phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
I also started a nightclub in the church. There was also a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found.
Yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How did you know? Well, we reported him,
The
didn't
body
we?
was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, Detective.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
Also, the Phasmid was female. The reeds are its nest.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Well, she actually mentioned that she had eaten her
Not as far
spawn
as I could see.
earlier.
There were other things there, though.
It had gathered items in a nest, a helmet and a scope.
Actually, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates.
Bowers are built by males of the species who can't afford colorful mating displays physically. This one was plain colored.
Could have been a male. But she mentioned...
Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it. It must be robust if it can move a whole helmet with its limbs.
Yeah. I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis.
As in cloning itself?
Ah, God damn it.
What makes you think so?
It told me. Yes. Oh, well.
Then it wouldn't matter if it's male or female. The bower would just be rudimentary behavior from before the parthenogenetic mutation.
Yeah, I'm glad he kind of glossed over that a bit.
That makes sense. Yes.
Very interesting. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the whole species. We're probably looking at conservation efforts here.
In his mind, he's already planning a nature reserve and knows a good guy for that.
It had mandibles that looked like hair, and it was completely white on the inside.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Yes, indeed.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's too much.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Oh, PR-wise?
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. It's a really good thing you have that photo.
Yeah.
Without
Keep it tight.
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still. Quit while you're ahead? Or no?
Quit while you're ahead or no. I also looked into the mystery of the doomed commercial area. Oh yeah, what the hell did I...
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is.
Rue de Saint-Gisland 10, a commercial building where all businesses go bankrupt. I looked into it.
Why? That's not what you were supposed to do here.
It was kind of connected to the case.
There was a possible witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper. It was okay.
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
Dodged the bullet there. For a moment, it seemed like you were just wasting time.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so we shouldn't mention the nightclub, perhaps. The killer, Lilianovich Dros. We have a strong motive for him.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
A revolutionary matronym?
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries
Oh, yes,
saw
yeah,
this
Lilian.
as a chauvinist
Yeah, that's true.
atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead.
True. I didn't think of it before.
This man's mother was Lilian, his Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Yes.
Thank you, Trond. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Yes.
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
He killed a mercenary in an act of jealousy.
Jealousy? I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years. Like 70-something.
A strange psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by proximity to the phasmid and its chemicals. He himself gave a political reason, said he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died, right on the island, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Indeed.
Oh, it's way more than that.
It's like the Phasmid. Still not completely satisfied with it. It could be just a little neater.
Get over yourself. You're not a perfectionist. You're a cop and you did a good job. With a lot of help from Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Yes.
And none of this can hide the smell of booze on the wind.
God damn it. It is bad. Even you can smell it.
Well, I haven't drinking that much.
Chin up. Keep focusing on the
I mean,
positive
we are on
stuff.
day 7. I'm drinking perhaps 4 times or something. Yeah, keep focusing. So, what do you say? Want to take this hot shit back?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to. Jude?
Honestly, anything that ends this trial is okay with me.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Yeah, so, can we send some medical help to the island?
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
Wait, I have a few questions before we go about who I am.
The man looks westward, impatiently,
Yeah,
jingling his car keys in his pocket.
why am I like this?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Was she called Dora Dubois?
Dubois? It was Dora Engelund, I think. You've said her name, but you weren't married. You were engaged.
Wait, Dora Engelund?
Something like that. Half Vazan.
Vasa is where beautifully and impossibly blonde people.
I laugh because that's a kind of Swedish / Finnish reference, whichever depends. So we weren't even
No
married.
one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
No, we are not all blonde and impossibly beautiful. Well, beautiful and impossible blonde. No, not all of us. No one is married. This is Revershold. Yeah. When was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago? She was way before my time.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it? What the hell is wrong with you?
6
Yeah.
years?
Or 7? You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dorangalon really tore you a new one. A big one.
Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
Figures.
Extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous. A gorgeous bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin. Heartbreak Welkin. Pain Welkin.
All my mind is chiming in here.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
No, it kind of seems like
The sun is about to go down. It's time to go.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. Egg and the chicken kind of thing. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
So. Who am I? Yeah.
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but...
But before?
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
That does explain a lot.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
The collection of fun sportswear I have amassed.
Some of your more old-school wording choices. Your posture, even. The constant stretches.
Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy.
Oh god, contact Mike.
Of course. Contact Mike.
He's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy.
Why did I join the RCM?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym. She, leaving for the academy with her spring coat on. The air filled with the smell of smoke and raspberries, and incredible hope. An ocean full of hope.
When was this? When was I gym teacher?
20s or late 20s. You've really let yourself go since then.
Yeah. You said in Coron, I was a gym teacher
yes,
there.
You taught gym in Cool. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floorboards. Coron is just east of Jamrock. It was a short walk every morning to the baseball field or the sports building.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
Okay, I see now.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
Yeah, he's been complaining about me running around. The Phasmid, I need to tell Lena about this as soon as possible.
Who is Lena?
She lives at 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock, remember?
A cryptozoologist. She lives in Ramyuk on Tabernacle Road. She told me about this Phasmid.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
Precinct 41, what kind of station is it?
Us? With the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? With the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Torsen
Mac
McLean.
the Torso Torsen and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing. Believe me. Things are shaky as it is.
They are damn iconic, though. Torsen and McLean.
An iconic duo, I take it.
Yeah, not like us. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We are garbage.
And the Sea Wing is...
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers. You and I reconceptualized it as a task force. It was a mistake.
There's also a lot of outside help involved, not only me. Other losers too.
Other losers too. And Price is...
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price, one of the founders of the RCM.
He's one of the most highly regarded men in the force. You're lucky.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former silk factory, shaped like a ladybird with 2 chimneys, Police Captain Ptolemy Price sits behind a heavy wooden desk. Resident medic Nix Gottlieb pours him coffee. It's silent in the captain's office. They speak of change, the city, the tension on the streets. They speak of the events of April and the blood on the streets in May.
Did we recently shoot up a church by any chance?
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
What happened? Why did we need to go there?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast. Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
So I work in the bloody murder station.
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershoal. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
So, what will you do now, Lieutenant Kitsuragi?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all this. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what? About moving to the 41st?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Want to do that at Station 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my doom-mongering.
No, I meant investigate. Come work in Precinct 41.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Would fit in, and crazy enough, can take the stress. He doesn't know how to finish the sentence. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
Hey, trophy. Recruit Kitsuragi.
He's really considering it.
So, I'm ready.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the afternoon sky, the great district hums. A chessboard of wooden houses.
I hope someone is taking
80,000
care of the
living souls,
suspect.
And chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41 to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite
And who knows, I should be wrapping up in like 30 minutes, but we'll see how this goes. We might be finished today.
In Old South, a man with
Probably not.
smiles. Spring has come. It's time.
It's probably a lot of talking left.
Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Hiddleston? No. Lickmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomny Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in the office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the RCM. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
I guess we can. Well, we were finished with this now, apparently. I thought it would be a lot of discussion. or discussion. Talking with about the crypto thing and such, but no. Well, I'm trying to remember what the playtime has been for me. It's been pretty long because I've been running around doing stuff all over the place. Also because I didn't realize how to fast travel after a while. Mostly because it was a bit picky in the where you needed to be able to fast travel. I guess that's why it took it a little bit of time. But yeah, I've certainly gone through a lot of options as well. I already have another character that I have started on that I will try. I will probably try a little bit of a different style of the characters, so to say, to see how that plays out. But I won't do that on stream. It's mostly for myself to experience slightly different things of this. Maybe. I'm not sure how it plays out. But as I said, this game really feels like it behaves differently, depending on your choices and such. But I mean, in the end, it probably resolves just like this. Maybe not exactly like this. Probably depends on what you actually have discovered along the way and such. But it was totally worth it. I think it was a good, well-made game, I should say. And as I mentioned a couple of times, it really feels like an old school adventure game. Let me just do like that, perhaps. Yeah, it certainly feels like an old school game in that sense, with a narrative in a way. So, low battery. That was good timing. It still lost an hour or something. So. I'm just looking at the voice actors. I can understand why this game has won a couple of prizes and such, or rewards, or whatever you would call it. Certainly well made, and the voice acting, which we see passing by here now, and the manuscript, really interesting and weird. I mean, it's totally. Sometimes it's like, what? Why are we talking about this? But that's kind of the entire point, I guess. And certainly feels interesting in that way. So apparently I was called a moralist here. Yeah, I think I made that choice at some point, but I should see. I should just try to remember to do some other choices with my other character. Essentially. But I'm happy I played this. It took a hell of a lot of time, but indeed, I'm very much all for it, so to say. So I think, well, maybe there is one episode missing on YouTube because I didn't upload it in time from Twitch. Otherwise, if you're looking at this right now and think that, oh wait, should I check the other ones? They are all on YouTube, essentially. Maybe apart from one then. But I guess you didn't miss much at that particular time. That was at the time I was mostly just running around like a headless chicken, trying to find out what to do. I can totally recommend to play this game if you are into narrative stuff and slightly weird and stuff, and especially role-playing, because as I see it, and well, I need to play it a bit more with some other options, as I said, but there certainly seems to be room for choices that actually have a meaning in the game, so to say. So we're not spoiled with that nowadays. It certainly still exists, but as I said, yeah, it doesn't. There's a lot of choices that have no meaning, and what should we say? Skills that also are like, yeah, well, whatever. It all plays out in the same way anyhow. I was trying to see if it was possible to abort it, but no, it wasn't. Well, I mean, it might be, but we can let it play out. I should remember to raise the volume later though. There we go. I can raise it a little bit more later, but as I said, really happy for this. I'm glad that you have watched, or that you will watch eventually. And I hope to see you again soon at some point. We can, by the way, probably go over to this. Let me see if this works. Oh yeah, it works, but not the way I intended to. I was actually thought I had a split screen here, but no, we didn't. So we can roll the credits. Roll the credits. We're getting closer. Now we are on Polish stuff. So no, we are. How many languages were available? Oh, German team, yeah. We'll see. French, okay, these are going by a bit quicker, it seems like. I guess they don't have other voice actors then for these roles or languages. They seem to have it for like Spanish and whatever it was. don't even remember who made this game. I mean, apart from all this. We probably saw it in the beginning, but a lot of people seem to be of Nordic nature, if we put it that way. Margus Linname, for example, there. Ilmar Kompus. Kind of sounds like Estonian. Yeah, Baltic, essentially. Oh, probably. You should check out that at some point. There is obviously a lot of other people involved as well, I should say, but just looking by the names that swished by, it certainly felt like some Baltic people, perhaps. Which is interesting, because it's certainly a ambitious game in many ways. And sure, I mean, it's not a demanding game graphics-wise or something like that, but it's still nice in that sense. There we go, credits over. So, then we'll call it a day. That was pretty good in a sense, because there's a hockey game coming up in 20 minutes, so that was perfect in a way. No, that was not what I was looking for. But anyhow, yeah, we can remove that one. Yeah, we'll wrap it up here, and thank you for hanging out with this. And we'll be back Tuesday with European Truck Simulator 2. So we'll be back to that one, and probably deliver stuff to the Hanover Fair. That's the idea, at least. But that's for Tuesday and Thursday. Then we'll see, because now there will be something new on weekends. Also, something else. Not necessarily new, something else. It might be that we go back to something we used to play before. For example, Fallout 76, but I'm not even tempted, to be honest. There is a new expansion coming on Tuesday, I think. I'm not really feeling it anymore. So, we'll see. I might try it out at some point, but otherwise I will dig up something else to do on the weekends. Or maybe we'll just do even more trucking. We'll see. I'll think about it, because there are plenty of games I haven't played. There are also a couple of games that I haven't finished. On stream, I should say. Plenty of games I haven't finished. But regarding games that we have played on stream. Oh, what the hell, now I forgot the name of it. Prey, for example. So yeah, I'll think about that one, perhaps. Maybe time to wrap that one up. It's a long time since I played it, like half a year or something. I played it in late winter, early spring. So yeah, we'll see if I remember even how to play it. But that could be something maybe. So, but as I said, I'll keep you posted. Bye bye. Thank you.